Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, European states bordering the war have repeatedly reported drones crossing into their airspace during large Russian strike waves on Ukraine. The most serious incidents in 2025 cluster on NATO's eastern flank. Poland tracked and engaged multiple Russian drones on the night of September 9th, prompting airport closures around Warsaw and allied aircraft scrambles. Polish officials subsequently sought Article 4 consultations at NATO, arguing the incursions were intentional tests of alliance readiness. Romania likewise scrambled jets after a drone crossed its airspace during a Russian barrage on Ukraine. Both cases echo earlier episodes from 2023, when drone debris from Russian attacks on Ukrainian Danube ports were found inside Romania. Now, beyond the frontline states, Northern Europe has dealt with Russian nationals operating drones near sensitive energy sites since 2022, especially in Norway after the Nord Stream sabotage raised infrastructure fears. Norwegian police and courts have detained and sentenced several Russian citizens for illegal drone use, and authorities have warned of unidentified drones near offshore platforms and gas plants, incidents that have sharpened NATO's focus on grey zone pressure below the threshold of armed conflict. Even Denmark has raised the alarm after 2 to 3 large unidentified drones over Copenhagen airport shut down the airspace for hours around Scandinavia's largest airport. Militarily, small and medium drones offer plausible deniability. They are low cost and offer value in intelligence gathering. In a mass Russian strike package, strays or deliberately routed platforms can skim borders, stress defenses, and force costly intercepts. Strategically, even a handful of incursions achieve disruptive effects, grounding civil aviation, tying up fighter sorties, and fueling political debate inside NATO about proportional responses. Analysts note that Polish incursions could have been deliberate, aimed at probing NATO's reaction cycle. NATO governments have tightened air policing and command along the eastern flank, convening multiple Article 4 consultations this month, first at Poland's request, then again after a high-profile Estonian airspace breach by Russian aircraft. NATO has condemned airspace violations and stressed that allies, including Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Norway and Romania, have faced similar incidents, pledging all necessary military and non-military tools to defend allied territory. These consultations are short of the Article 5 collective defense threshold, but are meant to synchronize and deploy strong deterrence measures. Publicly, the Russian Defense Ministry has denied targeting Poland and dismissed Estonia's allegations, even as NATO jets intercepted and escorted intruding aircraft. Russian statements frame the episodes as misinterpretation or accidents, sometimes offering technical explanations or calls for bilateral clarification. NATO capitals have responded with progressively sharper rhetoric. Poland labeled the September 9th episode as an act of aggression, while NATO has warned that repeated violations are escalatory and dangerous. Verbal exchanges have escalated from standard diplomatic protests to coordinated alliance messaging designed to raise the reputational and strategic cost for Moscow. The ambiguity is precisely why drones are attractive tools for coercive signaling. They keep the pressure high while letting the perpetrator deny responsibility, complicating any automatic escalation to Article 5. NATO's current approach, enhanced air policing, rapid consultations, selective shoot-downs, and public attribution, is calibrated to deter further testing without handing Moscow an easy pretext for broader confrontation. But what could be Russia's possible game plan? By sending drones across borders, Russia is clearly probing NATO's detection, reaction times, and political unity. Each violation is a stress test of whether allies will escalate or fracture under pressure, namely with Donald Trump's stance to pull the United States away from global alliances. Drones allow Moscow to blur intent, claiming accidents while signaling power. Regular incursions keep border nations, especially Poland and Romania, on the edge. This fuels domestic debates, strains resources, and forces NATO leaders into repeated emergency consultations. Meanwhile, surveillance of energy grids, pipelines, and ports through drones underscores Russia's ability to threaten European critical assets. In essence, Russia's drone incursions are part of a hybrid warfare toolkit, low-cost and deniable actions designed to harass, destabilize and divide NATO while avoiding thresholds that trigger outright war. It is a dangerous strategic shift in an already tense military zone.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.